Wow. What happened? What happened?
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? Hey, hey, everybody. What the hell is that? Is just in case from American Newscape, joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Therapy. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Hey man, how are you? I just blew out my candle and on this special day,
What?
100th episode,
100th,
50. What's that?
yeah, 100th episode and Jerry Maldonado's birthday.
Turning the big 5-9 today.
I don't think that's a
My
big,
goodness.
I don't think that's a big date.
I know
ARP date, but other than that,
it's such an odd number. I mean, it goes to National Oreo Day. What the hell is that? And National Dentist Day. So when you break your teeth, you get to go fix them.
it's all
But
together.
yeah, it's a blessing to be here. We were going to talk about landmarks, which is a great topic, but I had mentioned reflecting because of the birthday thing and the episode thing and how far you and I have come and how to help others achieve that modicum of success that we're all trying to do as well.
Well, I think it sounds like a good plan, Jerry. I mean, reflecting or taking a moment to appreciate where we are and where we're headed, I think is a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. It saved my life, in so many ways. Reflecting even today, I awoke and Facebook, ding, 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 ding. Much love to the family, the Facebook family who were so generous today. And that's what started the whole process many months ago. I never felt the appreciation. I was looking for it outside of me. I wasn't reflecting on how special I was and how special, and hopefully everybody else feels that this way as well, how special they are and unique. And it's that reflecting, not the reflection, the reflecting, the process of observing what your reflection is, which is so important because when you think about it, I mean, what 60 to 70,000 thoughts we have every day. Me, I'm about 90,000. I'm up to like the third power. That's just me. I love to think, man. But when you think about 90% is from the day before, you'll kind of realize where your life is going. The same thoughts, same choices, same behaviors, same beliefs, same expressions, all coupled with this effect of feelings. And that feeling part and those emotions that you're sending out every day are the creation force. It's the start of all in our life. So what you're reflecting on, you're bringing upon.
Oh, I agree, and I think it's important to reflect upon those positive thoughts. Enhance the positiveness in your life and the journey that you're on, and build from that.
So many of us forget that. So many of us think we were brought up with the sense that, focusing on ourselves too much is conceit, and it's not. It's not. You have to become and you have to cloak yourself with the belief that anything can happen. And reflecting about today, where I was 15, 20 years ago, it all changed by just how I was thinking. So many people I get the whole, people don't want to really believe that in a lot of ways. I get it because they think some omnipotent power is controlling their force, but it's doing the research and realizing how I was a magnet to my own thoughts and how by reflecting on what I was thinking about, I was understanding what I was bringing about. That kind of life change really changed everything for me. It was an evolutionary process, and it created a lot of landmarks in my life, including tonight's show. I mean, people might think, oh, 100 shows. I mean, that's a couple 100,000 views. I mean, to me, that is huge because all I ever wanted to do in life was to express myself. and do it in a way that'll help others. And that's called a purpose. When people find that and they start reflecting on what they can give, the better they're going to feel. They're going to change what they're thinking about. They're going to change the behaviors. They're going to make better choices. It's those kinds of inner feelings, checking under the hood to see what's going on, is when you realize how truly unique you are and how making every day not just a reflection, but reflecting on how you can make that reflection.
Oh, absolutely, Jerry. Assessments, taking self assessments and inventories is a big part of what we do for ourselves, and reflecting is a component of that.
Indeed. I mean, a lot of us are afraid to do that. I thought life was the problem. I mean, how many of you guys, especially my Facebook family, can relate to that? I'm the victim. When you realize, you're the magnet. We're all the magnet. We draw what's going on inside to what's going on outside. And, they've proved that in science. It's not even science fiction anymore. It's a consensus of the conscious mind thinking that we bring about every day. And it's not some hairy fairy thing anymore. People realize the quantum mechanics and metaphysics involved. It'll give you a perspective of power. This isn't the self empowerment that they talk about all the time. That self empowerment is huge. It's understanding that your choices create your life, and that perspective alone, changing the opinion about yourself, that's not conceit, it's self-reflection. You're just creating a better image in the mirror that you see every day. Doing that every day consciously will start the evolutionary process to a better life, and it's what changed me in so many ways.
Well, I agree, Jerry. For any semblance of growth, you have to do that self assessment of where you are and where you want to go, and reflecting is a big, big component of that. And
Oh, it's huge.
you have to be prepared to do that, to be honest with
Oh,
yourself.
great point. Great point. I mean, being prepared, I mean, to me, it was that epiphany. It was understanding, wait, as I'm sitting in this little 12 by 12 many moons ago, realizing why was all of this happening in my life when I am such a good person? Can any of you guys relate to that? We're all good people. I mean, we really are. I mean, we just make dumb choices, man. We
Yeah.
just make dumb choices. It's all about choice, indeed. But we're all basically good people. And it's understanding, yeah, indeed, we can be a good person, but think badly and feel badly about ourselves. Most importantly, it's that self image that's creating so much chaos in your life. It's me just realizing, like I said, the uniqueness that I am, what I wanted to bring. It's having something to bring in life. And you know as well as I do, having you have a purpose, it drives you every day. I have the same thing, a purpose. It drives me every day. When people can grasp that, they'll understand that to get to that so-called purpose, they have to do assessments. They got to see what's blocking the road. They got to remove the foliage that's blocking the road, meaning their thoughts and their feelings that aren't conducive to where they want to go. That deep assessment I mean, it's an amazing feeling when you can wake up every day knowing where you're going and being fearless instead of fearful about life because no, because you're the creator of it.
No, absolutely. And fear has no place in any of it.
Well, it's a huge emotion. It's the detriment of so many lives. I mean, I drive by. There's a lot of cemeteries up here in the wooded areas. 1700s. A lot of history up here in Connecticut. And I drive by. I can only imagine how many, what they lived in back then. This is my thought process. I love trying to figure out people's thoughts, and I can only imagine what they went through back then and the fear that embodied them. Now we're spoiled. We
Yeah.
got everything. I mean, literally, because of their sacrifices over hundreds of years of evolution, technology, innovation, purposeful living has given us all of this. So why not wake up every day and realize that we have it all? We just got to learn how to use it. Got to check under the hood. Most importantly, our inner self, and realizing the special components that we carry, and that everything else was given to us to use. How you use it is up to you.
Well, you talk about we have so many thoughts during a day. You can't pollute them with negativity and misery, and you need to do what you need to do to try and keep those thoughts at a minimum.
You bring up a great point. I mean, how do you pollute the water? You keep putting in the garbage. I mean, if 90% of our thoughts, and this is a scientific study, I mean, this is the Harvard stuff I'm getting into, meatball. I mean, this is the stuff that if 90% of your thoughts are from the day before, okay, fine, you're just repolluting the new day with old thoughts. And the beautiful thing about us is we have choices to purify it and to constantly work on that. I mean, you can't clean a river in a day. It's a process. You clean your mind the same way. It's a process. It's you making the conscious choice to not necessarily choose better thoughts, but if you have a direction, a guidepost in life, something that you're looking at that you want to bring, that'll naturally do it for you. And the water will gradually get clearer and you'll start feeling better about yourself in essence by using that metaphor, which is a great point.
Well, and that, there's a big trap out there. Society is getting to the point where they're encouraging us not to think. They'll do all our
Oh my
thinking
God.
for us.
Yeah. You and I have covered this so many times here on American Newscape. I mean, I tell my kids every day, just be the best you and all good to come back to you. But you can't do that if you're watching news and reality and things that don't make you feel good. That's a great point. Only let in what makes you feel good. If the news is not making you feel good, what the hell you're watching it for? I mean, seriously. I
Right.
mean, I had to make that distinction many moons ago to not allow the outside world dictate what's going on the inside. Does it penetrate? Yeah, sometimes I get the meatball image. I let things in that should not be there. But when I really take an assessment of what I'm thinking about every day, I'm proud of the fact that I'm only focusing on, and I would say this wholeheartedly, the majority of what I want to bring, not where I've been. Where I've been is a learning aspect. There's a blessing in the lesson, believe me. But people they don't want to see the lesson. They just want the blessings. You have to understand why things are happening in your life to realize how to fix it. And few people will do that. I get it. It's a process indeed. But to unpollute the water, you got to unpollute what you're bringing in or letting in your thought process.
No, absolutely. Put, you know, dilute the pollution by putting in a bunch of positive thoughts and actions and strategies for yourself.
Oh, great point. Yeah, strategy is key. A great point on that. And it's not about setting out a plan. It's just making the conscious choice not to do that again. We don't touch the stove when we get third degree. We know right off the top of the bat we're not going to do that again. But yet we compound these thoughts every single day how we're not good enough, smart enough, enabled enough to bring about those goals and dreams and passions that we want in life. We install that. We constantly reiterate that. That's the pollution. It's you not believing in the person that you are. It's you not believing that you're able and capable and able bodied to bring whatever you want to you. You start thinking about what I just said and embodying that in your thought process. Life is going to show you a way to get there. We're too busy trying to plan it. You can have a strategy indeed, but people want to plan every step because they're afraid to look around the corner. At the same, but if your thoughts are pure, you can only create that pure life you've always wanted. It's when you start dictating who you're not and not believing in who you are, you're going to create more of that.
No, absolutely, and you're correct. There's just too many half-baked plans out there. It's overreaction to just baloney, just baloney.
You know, go ahead.
Well, and we talk about the news. Now, I have to watch the news with what I do during the day, but I
Yeah.
don't. I don't look at it seriously. I look at it as theater.
Yes.
And,
Entertainment.
yeah, exactly. Because it's so ludicrous at times.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead.
No,
You're
but
right.
that's my coping skill. If I believed everything that they had to say, um, and it was all directed towards me, and it was going to be the end of my life as I know it, I could see where it would weigh heavy on me. But it's not. I laughed my way through most of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're a nation divided indeed. I mean, they've won on that aspect, and they're out there every day trying to keep reinstalling that belief that the sky is falling, and I get that, and it's up to people to make the conscious choice to believe it, and I respect everybody's belief. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care, even if you walk down the middle like I do. I stand right in the middle. I want to hear both sides. You take that kind of approach in life, it gets less stressful. You start picking sides and groups and everything else, you're adding more pressure on your life. And my whole purpose is to say, look, I mean, what you're thinking about every day, if you're installing all of that hatred, divisiveness, and all the criticism that the news is famous for, probably for centuries indeed, first started in writing and then went to video and then visual in so many ways. When you start getting past that, you'll start understanding that you have your own thought process. You don't need to be a sheep like everybody else. You're unique. You're special. You got a reason to be here. You got to let the world know who you are, not just follow the herd, but lead the pack in your own way.
Well, you're right, Jerry. I assume as soon as there were competing cavemen writing on cave walls, and archaeologists will look at it like it all had to be true. We know that they were lying to us. We know that they were exaggerating because they were news people for their time.
Well, exactly. I mean, this is the hardest thing for people to understand. I got to explain this to my kids all the time. You don't have to believe what they're saying.
No, you don't.
You have your own belief system. We all know when something feels right. If somebody's telling the truth, we can people realize how powerful they are. When somebody's telling the truth, you know automatically. You don't need to know the patterns of the lying and the left look, right look, that kind of thing there. You feel it. So when you know something isn't right, you know something is not said correctly, you don't have to believe it as gospel.
Right.
You create your own gospel and you create your own beliefs about life that you want to attract to you, not allowing what life is telling you to attract. If you want to bring good in your life, you got to expunge what others and life is trying to tell you, because that's going to become your thought process. There goes the hamster wheel. Thoughts, emotions, deeds. Thoughts, emotions, deeds. That can only re-manifest in your life. So if you want to create something really good, stop looking at stuff that makes you feel really bad.
Well, I agree with you, Jerry. Once again, go figure that 100 episodes of having you indoctrinate me, but it's good. It's good. All right.
It's all positive. We
Yeah.
got flowers, James. We got flowers and cake back here. Don't worry. It's all good. It's a blessing. Believe me. Thank you.
All right. Now it's your birthday. What do you have planned for us this next year? You must be sitting on something.
To me, every day I can see. I mean, this is what happens when you start realizing what you're creating in life. You start to see the synchronicities and the achievements, and you start reflecting more on the good in life. I mean, that's the whole point. It's you reflecting on what you said before as landmarks before we went on. That's a great point. It's a guiding post. It's a step on the rung of the ladder. When you start getting enrobed in that kind of thought process of where you're going, you're going to start seeing the little things. You're going to start achieving more things and loving what you're doing and understanding what you're doing and bringing more of that every day. That alone should make you feel so much better to keep pursuing, keep pushing on a natural level, not fighting or hustling or grinding, just being the natural you, because you're going to create the most amazing life from that.
And that's great. And we want people to savor as many moments as possible.
Amen to that, man. Woo!
Okay. All right. All right, Jerry. I think we may have overdid this topic, but we are excited it's your birthday, and we're excited that you put up with us for all these episodes.
Yeah, a couple hundred more to go, man. We got a lot of happiness indeed. I love showing this in many different formats, in many different ways. To bring this on a mass scale. And you and I are just a small seed in the ground, but a lot of people are starting to get it. I love it. I see the results every day. And shows like this and others, I love bringing out there in the most unique way. So it's awesome.
No, it really is. And when we sit back and we assess what we've done here in 100 episodes, there's been some really positive feedback from people out there that we didn't even realize were tuning in.
Oh my God. On the left coast where you are, Meatball, I love it.
The
I mean,
wrong,
my goodness. I mean, over here, I don't hear nothing.
we're
But
on the
on your side, huh?
we're on the wrong coast over here.
Yeah, you guys are great, but especially, I mean, I still remember the call from several years ago. Jerry, I got an idea. Why don't you and I collaborate? And bingo. I mean, it all just kind of evolved. That's how life is. It just comes. You're attracting something. People got to realize that you want something, you're going to start attracting it. And indeed, I wanted to expand America's Mentor. Guess what? I get a call from Justin. Hey, Jerry, I got an idea. And there we go, 100 episodes later. That's the beauty of it. All you're
I
doing is planting the seed.
I figured you stuck a pin in your Justin Voodoo doll, and I was all of a sudden inspired to call you. So I did.
Every day I was poking that thing, man. It had a meatball next to it. I was
Yeah.
using that too, and that's become up as well.
All right, Jerry. Why don't we put this one to bed? And we, everybody here, everybody watching, wants to wish you a happy New Year and hoping your dreams come true this year, as they will.
They do every day. It's awesome.
All righty. Take care.